Let's see what else we have in here. Oh, awesome! Let's go play some of the Lost. No, let's go play all of the Lost Vikings. Alright, so far I am impressed. This music is just as good as the Super NES version. Also, let me know in the chat how the music is coming through, because music is very important in this game, and I want to make sure it's not too low. As I say that, the music is gone. One moment! Holy crap, that's a lot of save game slots. That's impressive. There, now we have actual music, and I forget it's going to auto-scroll through the text. So yeah, that'll be a thing. Oh well, that's okay. And I'm told that the music is at a good level as it is, so awesome. But yes, this is one of my favorite Super NES games. This is Blizzard before they were Blizzard. Although technically this particular version is Blizzard when they were Blizzard. As noted by the Blizzard logo that we saw. But yes, this, Blackthorn, and Rock'n'Roll Racing were all made by Blizzard before they adapted the Blizzard name. And, of the three, this is my absolute favorite. I would say Rock'n'Roll Racing comes second, and then Blackthorn... Blackthorn, I really want to like Blackthorn, but, anyways, we'll discuss Blackthorn in depth, because Blackthorn is also on the Game Boy Advance, and so is Rock'n'Roll Racing. Oh yeah, this is all auto-playing. This is the game's intro cutscene, which doubles as a tutorial. So, oh, and I should also clarify, when I said, let's go ahead and play all of the Lost Vikings, I didn't mean right now. We are going to play this for probably through the space stages, maybe through some of the caveman stages, and then we will turn it off, put it in the unfinished folder, and return to it later. I am not going to play through this entire game in a single sitting. That would be very, very lengthy. Oh, thank you. Satsui in the chat mentions that this was Blizzard when they called themselves Silicon and Synapse. Which, yeah, I can absolutely see why they changed that to Blizzard. So anyways, three Viking buddies. Eric the Swift, Beliog the Fierce, and Olaf the Stout. They're just Viking buddies Vikinging it up in their little Viking town, fighting giant snails and dinosaurs, like you do, when they are captured by a person whose name I won't reveal until the very end, but, yeah, captured by space aliens. So, each Viking has different controls, different things they can do. They all have the A button as the generic use button, so whether it's use items or push buttons or etc, 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 does stuff like that. Eric... no, maybe it's different on... it is different here on Game Boy. Okay, Eleanor, switch, select, gets that. What the button is? Huh. Did it just tell me what the button was when it popped up and I didn't even read it? Maybe like hold A and then press B? Wow, I can't figure out how to read the helpful hints! Holy crap, man. Wow. It's obviously very different on a Super NES controller because you have more buttons than you do on the Game Boy Advance. Good lord, how can I... Hey! I got it! You hold R and you hit A. Fantastic. Okay, there we go. So, just to demonstrate, I'm gonna walk into a laser. That was a moronic move, because that's an instant kill, not a point of damage. I don't know what I was thinking. Hi there, alien. Zap me with your eye laser. Good. Zappy zap. Any day now. There you go. You just munch on an apple, and all is well. So, hold R, hit A. That's the thing. Like I said, on the Super NES controller where you have more buttons, you have a designated button for, you know, interact with things, another designated button for eat food or use items, and then different buttons for jump and dash attack. And when you're Baleog, you have Swordy Sword and Bow and Arrow. And Olaf, both of his buttons, raise and lower his shield. So then. Do we need any? Yes, we do. Okay. We can go ahead and talk to... I'm going to constantly do that, because I am so used to playing this on the Super NES. But, we can go talk to this guy, so let's, go do that. FTX. Oh, they're Vikings on a spaceship. They have no idea what anything is going on around them. How they haven't managed to, smash everything around them is a mystery, but that's the game. Also, I have to comment again, this music, there have been so many examples of NES games ported to the Game Boy Advance that couldn't match the NES's level of music. And then there have been many others where, Super NES games, other Super NES or other Genesis games were ported to the Game Boy Advance, and they also sounded terrible. But this one, I can hear a couple tiny little differences, but other than that, it is pretty friggin' spot on. Okay, so, again, I'm just going to glance over a few things here and there. Like, obviously Baleog's arrows were fully able to pass through the laser. Obviously, none of the three Vikings are laser-proof, so that would not have worked. And yeah, all of the Final Fantasies are amazing examples of SNES games ported to the Game Boy Advance with not so good music. A little bit less of that. That would be where you would want to use Olaf's shield, obviously. I am in not caring immensely mode on how much damage we take, because as long as it's not free, you're golden. As long as it doesn't kill your Vikings, because that's the thing, is that you just have to get all three Vikings to the exit, so if even a single Viking dies, you get to start the entire stage over again. Also, in the little hidden spot in the wall, we picked up a, I guess that's a ham. Could be like a leg of mutton or something, but it is some manner of meat, which is just, extra health. So let's go about doing that. Kill him for the hell of it. Herp derp. And I will say, again, a big part of this game's charm for me that font is... that color choice still hard to read as ever. But, yeah. Oh, and it saves the game instead of giving you passwords. Holy crap! How did I not even realize that when it said all these save game files? Anyways, a big part of getting into Lost Vikings 2 territory with a farting, but a big part of the charm of this game for me is the personality of the Vikings themselves, which comes through primarily in the banter that they have, and also very much in the animation and the sounds. They did record sound effects for each of the Vikings for different scenarios and things. For, you know, when they take damage, when they do different things and such. And just each of them is animated very well. And, you know, they each do different things as they're standing around, or just the looks on their faces, how they do things. It's just fantastic. And I'm going to keep doing that. It's going to take me forever to get used to hold R and hit A to interact with things. Case in all of the points. And yeah, pretty much this whole ship area is just one big old tutorial getting you used to all of the different things that you're going to be encountering throughout the rest of the game. Not to say that every single thing is introduced here, there are still loads of other things, especially, you know, as we get through to different stages, like the factory stage later on, the Wacky Land stage much later on. They will each introduce unique things that will, Right, yeah, there's a hidden area over here which has absolutely nothing in it. I don't know why. I always go in there and then remember, oh, right, there's nothing in there. But anyways, yeah. Boom. 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 That is a smart bomb. So, you know, in stages where you are given that, it's basically saying, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of enemies somewhere nearby. So, yeah, go ahead, just kill them all. Also, other fun stuff. If you keep dying in a level, the more you die, they will start to have banter at the beginning of the stage. And we'll start to comment on things, saying things like, this is starting to look really familiar, or things of that nature. And if you die enough times, Odin himself will bitch you out for being so terrible at the game. And, what is it? In Lost Vikings 2, which sadly did not get ported to the Game Boy Advance, there is actually a secret wherein if you die in the first stage, Odin will bitch you out for dying in the first stage, in which there are literally no enemies to die to, no things that can kill you. You have to purposefully screw things up so bad that you end up dying, well, basically intentionally. I think you have to, sort of use all of your powers to get Eric to jump from a certain height that will cause him damage, and keep doing this intentionally. And, yeah, Odin will just bitch you out and then give you superpowers. Basically, he turns the game to easy mode for you. So yeah, that is a very fun thing about Lost Vikings 2, is just getting those powers activated and having fun with them. I mean, it's a great game. Besides that, I think it does get a bit even more than this into the incredibly long levels and just really way too much of everything in that sense. But, and again, once we get to, like, Wacky Land and further beyond, there will be quite a bit of that, yeah, there will be a lot of stages which just kind of keep going on and on and on. But it's all in good fun. Then it just hits the quote-unquote X button, which this game doesn't have. I'm gonna keep doing that as well. This, which I always thought looks like a pyramid with a warp, but I think it's supposed to be like a bridge leading out to the warp there. This is the exit not only of the stage, but of the, area of, well, the themed area. Basically, the game is divided up into themed area, the Wacky Land I keep mentioning, the factory, there's a caveman area, there's Egypt area. And aside from the final area, I think that's literally every area that there is. It's not too very many areas in the game. Also, Lost Vikings 2 also does not have too incredibly many areas. But, yeah, it's all well and good. Really good stuff.